Alright guys, this is a 2014 Nissan Maxima. Don't mind the dust. SSV. I'm going to put in the Fortin Evo start. You need the flash link updater to update this so you can have it ready for all this. What comes inside, this one has the T-harness. You need the T-harness. Makes your job a whole lot easier. So what I did, comes with this and this. This is the module for the remote start. This is just to add remote start to push to start buttons. They say it's for 2007 on up with push to start. So we'll see how easy it is. Now some of you guys say you guys don't need to get to anything else. I'm gonna get to the BCM only because I want it to be fully tied in. Then this wire, it'll give you a list of everything you need, a diagram that you could download and help you install. What I did is I went through and I cleaned up all the wires, zip tied the ones I don't need, added sleeves because it only had just three wires for this one. So I added sleeves so it won't get pinched. And real straightforward. And let me set the camera down so I can show you exactly what it needs to do. Okay, so here's the papers that show you what it's for. It's push to start 2014. It says 2009 and 2014. Tells you what Evo all you need. This is a hardware 6 version, and the software or the firmware you need to update it. Mine's 72.42. It's the latest one. At the time of these instructions, it was 72.37. Now you download them, you can print them out. Tells you exactly where to go, now to hook everything up, exactly where to plug into the BCM. Again, some people did it straight from the kick panel, didn't have to go through the BCM, but I figured why not do a full video. Tells you the connections you're going to make. One is going to go to your key fob port, one to your brake pedal, one will replace the OBD2 and give you a new connection, and then the one you will not use. The wiring instructions. So you'll need the white wire that will go to your BCM. Tells you what pin. They come pinned already. If you look, comes with pins, so you just slide them in. Okay. Everything else, your white wire goes to your ignition, white with black. Your brown wire will go to your kick panel, and it will be tied into your door lights. Super easy, super simple. Okay. This will go to your brake switch. This will go to your OBD2 brake switch. This will go to your key fob port. Now it's super easy to take apart. Let me take this off. This is my hotspot because I have Android radio. And I usually this is separate. I bought this separate. This goes in so you can have a splitter basically. This goes into your car, replaces. You'll see, this is just a splitter so I can have my OBD2 still open and still get a second. I might not put it on. One is for my hotspot, the other is for my OBD2 scanner, so I could do my Torque Pro on my stereo. But right now, let's get to this. I have the camera lined up. You need to get one Phillips screw in here, and then you got 10mm bolt holding to this bracket that we need to get to, and then this pops off. First, you got to get rid of this side panel, so you get a little pry tool, pop it off. this side. Okay, Phillips screw. And here. Set it down somewhere. 10mm bolts on the side. Let's whiz those out real quick. Should just pull down. So you pull down like this. Clips. Get the other side. Clips. Now, while we're here, I need to unconnect this sensor. Because I have a sensor for interior ambient. So let's get all these off. So this one here, trunk release. This one here, just two. Car hook. So many things to release. So I gotta take off this with the Phillips. You need to get to that OBD2 bracket. You really don't really need to remove the bracket. I just did because so I could show you guys. It's got all these dang fasteners. So the reason why you want to remove your key fob and all that is because a lot of this plugs in to the T-harness. This right here, your OBD2, I don't know if you can see it or not. So you gotta get this OBD, make sure it locks in. Okay, this gives me a third T-harness or a second T-harness spot. Clip it. Screw hole. All right. We need to get this crash bar out of the way. So 10mm. And that's where I'll be zip tying my remote. My Fortin too. Makes it easy. When this comes off, boom. Put that to the side. Now, there's my brake switch. So, I find this. This will be my brake switch. So all you're going to do is pull out your brake switch. Don't mind these cords, these are to my headrest monitors. Be careful, they are plastic, they will break real easy. Okay, all you would do is use this to here. Okay, and then you feed this to there. So now your brakes, the module will tell the switch to bypass it, hey, we're applying the brakes. This goes to your key fob. So, key fob port is this one. The one I took out towards the end. So that one should be this one. Then you line them up. And then you plug that one into the key fob port. That's basically all of it. Now I just gotta get to the kick panel and the BCM. BCM's easy. So up here, you remove these two screws. Which is one. And then there should be one on the other side. And this will help you get to the push to start button. Take that off. Now, you just lift here. Okay. We'll get to it right now. Here. Alrighty, got it. So, that's what you want to get to. Move you over so you can see a little bit better. Because I need to get to the remote start and the push button wire, which is here. I need to cut this back and I need to tap in to that brown wire. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. Let's finish getting this BCM out. Okay. So up here, with the camera, you got 3 screws. 1, 2, 3. Remove the cluster. Your BCM is right in there. So let me get that. Okay, loosen up the screws. Should come out. Be careful. I still got screws in there and they're loose. They're out, but I just can't get to them. With BCM, with the display out, you should be able to get to the BCM. Some say they have security screws. I have a Phillips. And there's a way to get past it, even if you have security screws. Just drill them out, put Phillips, you're good to go. So let me get the Phillips out of this and then come back. So I got it. Let me flip the camera around. So screws are out. BCM just plops right out. Okay. And there's the BCM. So it should come out more, but it's still fastened to a bunch of stuff. So let me unhook it and come back. So just to pick up, there's your push button start. I pulled back a little bit of the wiring for the brown wire and soldered the white and black. On this, A little pain in the butt, but I pushed the pins in, and then I did the exact same thing for the pink and black wire that comes from the remote start to the light blue that this paper calls for. So if you look, it calls for it to be right here, light blue, that goes with the pink and black. These two, you just push the pin in. See, insert into empty pin, and it'll lock in. So this one's the only one you got to splice, and then the ignition, the push to start, which is there, goes with brown, and that's gonna go with the black and white, white and black. Then later on, you would go to the kick panel, number 6, driver side kick panel, and you would tap in the brown wire to a red wire, and it gives you that parking lights, red and blue, number 8 to the brown, which is down by the kick panel, and it shows you where they're at. Number 6, it's over here, number 6. Real easy, real easy. Let me finish this, putting this cluster back in, and I'll get down to the kick panel. So here's the red and blue. I don't know what I did. Go to the fuse box. Everything's put back in as far as top console. Then in here, when you get to your fuse box, you can pull out the middle plug. There's 3 of them. 1, the one I pulled out is 2, and then the 3. You're gonna look for the red and blue wire, red with blue stripe. And you're gonna tap it in with this brown wire that comes from a T-harness, and that'll be for your parking lights. Now once you get your parking lights in, you should be golden. Just got to program it real quick, put everything back and program it, and we'll get to that right now. Okay, what I did is I just stripped the wire, the brown wire, back a lot, slid it, unplugged it, slid it in the wire, and then plugged it back in it so it can catch that little tine that's on there. Ran my wire like that. So now I just got to put all this back in, and I'll be able to do the learn procedure for this. So let me get all this crash bar back in and get everything zip tied, and I'll show you how to program it. Alright, so what we're going to do now is the learn procedure. So hopefully I didn't mess anything up. Let's try this out. So what you want to do, grab your Fortin. You got to hold, insert the key into the key. Alright, here's the key. Let's put it in the key port. Okay. Says press and hold the programming button. Connect the 4-pin data. So on your controller, you got to get it. There's a button right here on top. You got to hold it and plug in this 4-pin data. So I'm plugging it in, and it's black to black. Tiny little thing. Again, fat fingers. You want to cycle till yellow. Okay. Make sure it's connected. So when you hold the button, it'll go blue, red, yellow. Let go on yellow. Now, once it's on yellow, you put all these pins back in. So you need to. So once you do it, you press the button twice. It's going to flash a couple times and go solid again. LED Tron solid. Press and release the push to start button once. So if you're looking at the lights, I don't know if you can see them. Here we go. and I press the push to start button, which is right here. Push it once. Okay. The LED, the red LED would turn on. Right? Wait for the blue LED to turn on. Boom. If the blue, yellow, and red LEDs are not solid, press and release. But repeat the step till the blue or yellows are solid. They're solid. Okay? Now, it says press and release the push to start button. And then push it again. It's going to go blue rapidly. Press and release.
Next couple of months, you'll see his news.
Turn it on. Press and release the push to start button twice to turn on the ignition. It's going to flash rapidly, all crazy. It should stop on yellow. There it is, program. Now I just turn it off. I can take my key fob out. Now let's see if it works. Let me close the doors. One door closed. Another door closed, so I should hit lock. Car should turn on. Car's on. Not bad. The parking lamps didn't work, but I think because that wire's loose and soldered on. But and then if you want to turn it off, you hit lock, lock, lock. Not bad. So now, again from the remote with the Fortin, lock, lock, lock. Lamps turn on. 1, 2, 3. Three times, turns off. Nice.